crowd, they're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Cleveland Browns. This is fielded at the goal line. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Set, 180. It's on field. It's on field.
Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Oh, a design run for their wideout. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno.
Mayfield on play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Patrick Owasor just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram, he goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield, although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence. Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season. There goes Mark Ingram. 20, 10, 5, and he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns' 6-yard line. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a first and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. Second and goal from inside the 5. Now they'll throw it with Griffin. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Antonio Callaway, his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. To throw, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. 3rd and long for Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. A terrific return there, 27 yards all told. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
36.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down and 4, Griffin. That's taken in by Callaway. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
To throw is RG3. Got a man. It's Brown. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch. Let's go.
This is the rookie from Oklahoma State, Justice Hill. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football. And the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5. I'm coming after you.
And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. This time the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
They go play action here on first down. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And some space here. Past the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big effort that time out of Ingram. 43 yards. They'll run here with Edwards. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Gus Edwards, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
The Browns drive about to get started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play that time for Cleveland. 58 yards.
Hey, dude.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. Buying time to his left. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turn. There as his guys will get the football back.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance. Between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Mike 22 is coming. 22's coming. Mike. Get in the way.
On 3rd down, Griffin. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Hey, hold on. I got you.
Now Scarborough. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That one caught out wide by Boykin. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin with his first career NFL touchdown as the Ravens push further out in front. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And that stretches the lead to 27. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Throwing on second and long. Mayfield. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Emmanuel Ogbah able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Mayfield from the gun on third down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. He's got a man. Complete. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Real.
Five.
On first and 10, Mayfield flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Here now is second and 10, again from the 41.
Regular.
Throwing, Mayfield. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Brian Allen.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And he's got room. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And talking about taking words and bringing them to life, at halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working?
Now Mayfield lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Now Brown. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he fires one incomplete. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Hill. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for 2nd down.
Ready? 44's Mike. Check. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Griffin, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. And now they've got their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it. But it just kept carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
The Browns drive about to get started. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try to play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. From the 27, Mayfield dancing to his left. Now he'll throw deep and got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time. Now Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 and the 34.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Third and short yardage. Mayfield. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
First down, Browns.
Blue draw Corkers. Smooth. Check 59.
Mayfield on first down. Forced out to his left. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They run it again with Hill. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action.
Check, check. They gonna need some therapy after this.
Now Griffith on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Denzel Ward, Pro Bowler as a rookie, there to bat that one away. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Ingram. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 4th touchdown on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
At the 20-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Good. Watch the twist, watch the twist. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check. X3, 218, chopper. Pistol. Hey, Foxtrot.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5.
Set, 180. Real. You got nothing. Alert. Shot.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Browns on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's going to loft one. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Odell Beckham Jr. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 81 yards. And the Browns are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They go again with Muhammad. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, 5. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Tucker now to add the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Mayfield escaping the pressure right. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Flushed it. Now Mayfield lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, come on now, come on now.
Going again on the ground here with Hill. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Ravens on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 2.
It's going to be a long day.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. This one complete to Ingram. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
44 to Mike. 44 to Mike. Check. You must be getting tired.
He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
This is Scarborough. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll run for it with Bo Scarborough. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try to run this one in, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams...
Now Mayfield lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready, and that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams that's what I want all the time. and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for Baltimore, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.